Welcome back to the channel. This is Sean.rampersaud here with the Mortgage Group. Today I put together a cool video for you. I hope that it will help you. It's about spousal buyouts, divorce, separation, and what to do with the real estate once you've had one of those bad things happen to you. So let's get right into it. So I've been working really closely with some divorce attorneys, and I have done hundreds and hundreds of spousal buyout mortgages for people when they're having a breakup. A breakup could be a divorce, a breakup could be a separation, but it's when two people both have their name on title on a property or on the mortgage, and they need to separate that money. And one person is going to take their chunk of cash out of the property and go on their merry way. So they either need to split or they need to sell the asset in order to cash out of the property. So what are the options? That's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to give you all of the options that I know are available for people like that. I've done a ton of research into this, and I've worked with divorce lawyers very, very closely to put together this list. The first item on the list is, and the first option is the spousal buyout. So this is when one person qualifies for a mortgage and they pay out an agreed amount of money to the other person in order to buy them out of the property. So there's a few different ways a person could do this. You can either take cash in your bank already and pay out the other person the equity that they own in the property, or you can refinance that property in order to get equity out of the property. No matter what, you do have to qualify for that property on your own with the bank. So, I mean, there's dealing with your significant other, and then there's dealing with the bank. You are going to have to qualify on your own if you're buying out your spouse. So normally, in this case, a person would pay out the other person 50% of the equity in the property. So let's use an example that there's $100,000 in equity in the property. The other person that's getting bought out is going to want $50,000 of that equity in the property and their name off the property. And lucky for you, the banks have a program for this. So if you're not getting that money from savings to pay out the other person, you can pull it out of the property. This is the only case where a bank will allow you to finance the property up to 95% of the value of the property. So if you purchase the property, let's say for 100 grand, they'll allow you to finance it up to 95,000, even though you only owe $50,000 on the property in order to pay that other person out. It's like buying a whole new house with 5% down. So you have to leave 5% of your equity in, but you will have enough to pay out your significant other to get them off of the mortgage. And the cool part about this program is you can finance everything. You can finance all the legal fees. You can finance any penalties, appraisals, you name it. That can all be built into the equation. So when your lawyer goes and they're doing all these calculations, they're calculating your part and they're calculating your significant other's part, what it costs to break the mortgage, do the refinance. That will all be factored into the equation. Now, one thing you have to have if you're going to be doing this is you're going to need a separation agreement or a divorce agreement. I have so many people that come to me, believe it or not, and they don't have a separation agreement or a divorce agreement, yet they want to do something like this. So make sure you have all of your ducks in a row. A lawyer can put this together for you really fast. Like I had a lawyer the other day put one together for a client of mine in less than a week. So separation agreements can happen real fast. A spousal buyout is really considered refinancing the property, but in normal cases, a bank would only allow you to refinance the property to 80%, but because you have the separation agreement or divorce agreement, they allow you to refinance up to 95% of the value of a property. No matter what, in all of these plans, you have to have that separation agreement or divorce agreement because they need to know the exact number where the other person's going to be happy. So where they'll walk away from the property and be done with it. So make sure in all of these cases that I'm explaining to you, you have that. Option number two is to sell the house. So I know there's probably a lot of memories in that house, and a lot of people choose just to sell the house and split the equity 50-50. Sometimes they give the wife or they give the husband 100% of the equity, depending on what the separation agreement or divorce agreement says. So you want to make sure that you have those in place. But selling the house is an option. I know it's not always the best option. A lot of times one person won't be able to qualify for the entire mortgage amount. So doing the spousal buyout may be impossible if you don't earn enough income to qualify for the mortgage on its own. In that case, there's nothing else you can do but to sell the property if the both people want to walk away from each other and call it quits. I have had clients in the past keep the property and rent it out. So that's another option for you. If you're in a good financial position and you can afford to, go and buy another property on your own or do something else on your own, or both partners can afford to do that, then you may want to keep the property, rent it out, and then gift it to your children in your will. So that way the kids have something and you don't have to get rid of that property. You could be in a market where property values are increasing rapidly and you just want to get them, increase in value. So you could choose to keep the property. And finally, the last and worst one is keep the property and both people stay living in it. I've seen this happen also many times in cases where both people may be cordial and they want to continue building equity together. So I had a customer the other day, husband, he decided he was going to try to get a husband of his own. And the wife, in this case, she loved the husband still. They were still very good friends. And they decided to keep the property together and let that property appreciate. They were best friends. So that is another option if you own a property and what you can do with it in the end. There's a lot more video to come. If you like the video so far, please like and subscribe to the channel. My website has a ton of information about spousal buyouts and costs and fees associated with it. It's at www.lendramp.com. Please check it out if you have any more questions. Let's carry on. So things to look out for. Well, obviously, number one is that you have a spousal agreement, a separation agreement, or a divorce agreement. If there is further monies you need to pay out your spouse to just be done with the divorce agreement or separation agreement, you can also take that out of the house as long as you're leaving 5% equity in the house. So you don't have to leave your whole chunk of equity in the house. You can take some of that equity out, your portion of the equity, and pay out your significant others. So, for example, I know in a lot of divorce scenarios, okay, they want 50% of the equity in the house. Fine, give them the 50% after you refinance the house. But then they also want another 20,000 because they're eligible for a portion of your pension. So you can take that $20,000 extra out of the house as well so that you can pay them off in a lump sum and then just be done with it. Both partners should have their own lawyer, but they can be at the same firm. I find when they are at the same firm, it saves a lot of money on legal fees. And of course, the person being bought out of the property will no longer have any legal right to the property. So you're going to sign something off. It's a dower right form. And that is basically saying that the entire property is this person and you're not eligible for a dollar of it. So let's talk about how to do a spousal buyout. Step one will always be to call me or your mortgage broker first. We're going to find out what the penalties are going to be on the mortgage, what your new best rate will be, and if you qualify. I can find out if you qualify within like a few hours to carry the mortgage on your own, as long as you're good with documentation. So definitely give me a call. Then the mortgage broker will have the property appraised. This is how you're going to determine the value on the property in a fair way. So instead of, one person getting their realtor to check out how much the house is worth and another one getting their realtor to check out how much it's worth, we get licensed appraisers to go and check out what the property is worth. And they have to give you very accurate numbers. Next, the mortgage application will be sent in and approved. You'll provide all your documentation to the mortgage broker just like you would a regular mortgage, and then the mortgage will fund to your lawyer, where your lawyer will disperse the funds as needed. So your lawyer will basically pay out to either directly to your spouse, if they're the ones dealing with the separation agreement or divorce agreement, or they will pay out to the other law firm that's dealing with that so that the payouts can be correct. That wraps it up for the spousal buyout program. If you have any questions about this, please give me a call anytime at 780-278-4847. I'd be happy to assist you with it. Thanks for watching.